Your ancestors didn't have roses. They didn't have candlelit dinners, love songs, or a like button. And yet, 200,000 years ago, a caveman looked at a cave woman and felt something in his chest that made him act like a complete idiot, the exact same way you do today. That feeling wasn't invented by Shakespeare. It wasn't invented by pop music. It was built into your brain by evolution, millions of years before anyone had a word for love. And the story of how it got there is stranger and weirder than you think. Long before eye contact, before conversation, before a single word was spoken, our ancestors were falling for each other through smell. Every human carries a set of genes called the MHC, genes that control your immune system. And it turns out, without knowing it, we're wired to be attracted to the body odor of people whose immune genes are different from our own. Scientists tested this with something called the sweaty t-shirt experiment. Women sniffed shirts worn by different men and consistently preferred the smell of men whose immune systems were most different from theirs. Why would your nose care about someone's immune system? Because a couple with different immune genes makes babies with a wider range of immune defenses, like kids who can fight off more diseases. Your ancestors' noses were doing genetic quality control, and they didn't even know it. Once early, humans learned to control fire. Something happened that changed romance forever. Extra hours in the day. Before fire, when the sun went down, humans went to sleep. There wasn't much else to do in pitch darkness with predators around. But firelight pushed bedtime back by hours. Anthropologists who study modern hunter-gatherer tribes, like the Juhuansi in Africa, noticed something interesting. Daytime conversations in the tribe were mostly about practical things, food, tools, complaints about lazy relatives. But nighttime, fireside conversations were almost entirely about stories, gossip, jokes, and each other. The campfire wasn't just for warmth. It was the first place humans had free time to actually notice one another, which historians believe is one of the earliest settings where courtship, flirting, and storytelling as seduction began. That fluttery, nervous, can't think straight feeling when you like someone. It's not poetic, it's chemical, and it's ancient. Dopamine, the same brain chemical involved in addiction, floods your brain when you're falling for someone, which is why early stage romantic attraction has been compared by researchers to a mild form of craving. Norepinephrine spikes too, which is why your palms sweat and your heart pounds, the exact same stress response your ancestors used to run from a lion. Your body genuinely cannot always tell the difference between predator nearby and person I like is nearby. Evolution recycled an old survival system for an entirely new purpose. Here's the biggest mystery of all. Most mammals don't fall in love. Only about 3 to 5% of mammal species form long-term pair bonds. So why did humans? The leading theory: human babies are born ridiculously helpless, more helpless for longer than almost any other animal. A newborn gazelle can walk within minutes. A human baby can't even hold up its own head. Raising a human child took so much time and energy that a mother alone often couldn't do it. She needed a partner who would actually stick around. So, evolution rewarded bonding. The couples who felt something strong enough to stay together, not just for one night, but for years, were the ones whose children were more likely to survive. Love, in a very real sense, may exist because babies are needy. So the next time your heart races before a text back, or you catch yourself smiling at someone's smell on their jacket, or you stay up too late by the campfire of your phone screen just talking to one person, remember, you're not being irrational. You're running software that's a few 100,000 years old, built by ancestors who needed exactly those feelings to survive. They didn't have love songs. They had firelight, scent, racing hearts, and each other. Turns out that was enough.